everyone, my name is Logan Parrish and I'm going to be talking about venomous snakes in the US and how to identify venomous snakes. I'm also going to be talking about all the different species of venomous snakes in the United States. The first thing that I'm going to talk about before we get into this is how to tell if a snake is venomous. The first telltale sign to show that a snake is venomous is this triangular shaped head. When there's a non-venomous snake, it's going to have more of a round-shaped head. The non-venomous snakes are these two on the top, and the two bottom ones are the venomous snakes. You could tell right away that these aren't venomous by their pupils. They're more rounded, and they have more of a rounded head. And these ones have a triangular-shaped head. The first species I'm going to be talking about is the southern copperhead. They live in Texas, Mississippi, Florida, and South Carolina. They have an hourglass shape that runs down the whole side of their body. And these are in all the copperheads, but the southern copperhead is just one of the most that stands out. And the next copperhead that I'm going to talk about is the broadband copperhead. The broadband copperhead lives in Texas, Kansas, and Oklahoma. The next copperhead that I'm going to talk about is the northern copperhead. The northern copperheads live in Illinois, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and the Appalachian Mountains. The next one is the Osage copperhead. These ones live in Kansas, Nebraska, and Missouri. The next one is the Trans-Pecos copperhead. These ones only live in Kansas, and they're a little bit smaller and skinnier than their relatives. But they do have these circle eyes, which might not make them seem like they're venomous, but the triangular shaped head gives off the sign that they are venomous, and you should indeed back away. The next species of snake that I'm going to talk about is the cottonmouths, or water moccasins. The Florida cottonmouth lives in Georgia, on the lower coast of Georgia, and in Florida. They live all around in Florida, but they only peak up at the top of Georgia. The next cottonmouth, there's only 3, but the next one is a western cottonmouth. The western cottonmouths live in Alabama, Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri, and Indiana. The next species is the eastern cottonmouth, which live in Virginia, North and South Carolina, and Georgia. The next species of snake that I'm going to be talking about are the rattlesnakes. These ones, there's a lot of them, so I'm going to try to move through these a little bit quicker. The first one is the eastern diamondback. They live in North Carolina, Louisiana, and Florida. The next one that's a really cool snake is the sidewinder rattlesnake. These ones live in California, Arizona, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Texas. These ones are really cool because how they move in the sand. They move in a side-winding, given the name, pattern. That side-winding motion helps them keep cool on the really hot sand. The horns on their head, the scientists don't really know what these mean, but they think that it's to keep the sand out of their head when they're burrowed all the way in the sand. The next species is the Baja California rattlesnake. These ones only live in California. The next one is the timber rattlesnake. These ones are in Minnesota, Maine, Texas, Florida. These are one of the most deadly in the US, so if you get bitten, you need to go and get care immediately. The next rattlesnake is the band rock rattlesnake. These ones live in Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. These ones are all gray, and they can blend in really easily to the rocks. So if you do see, you need to step back and walk away. The next one is the rock rattlesnake. The rock rattlesnakes live in Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. These ones are more gray, and they have the black stripes that run down its whole back. The next one is the southwestern speckled rattlesnake. These live in California, Nevada, southwestern Utah, and Arizona. The next species that I'm going to talk about is the black-tailed rattlesnake. These ones are really cool because they have the black that goes all the way down their back, and then when they get to the tail, it stops and turns right into black, and then they rattle. The next one is the South Pacific rattlesnake. Those ones only live in California, but they are really noticeable by their all black that runs through their whole body. They also have very black eyes, and their rattle will be a dead giveaway that you need to step away. The next one that I'm going to talk about is the Great Basin rattlesnake. The Great Basin rattlesnake lives in Idaho, Utah, Arizona, Nevada, and California, and even Oregon. These ones have their different design that goes through the whole body, and it's a little bit tanner of a color. The next snake that I'm going to talk about is the Northern Pacific rattlesnake. These ones live in Washington, Idaho, Oregon, California, and Nevada. These ones have those circles that run through their whole body, and they're more of a brown color, and they can really blend into the dirt and leaves. So if you're walking or hiking, you need to make sure you watch out. The next one is a twin-spotted rattlesnake. These ones only live in Arizona, but they do have the spots that run down all their back, and there's two spots that go down the whole back, hence the name twin-spotted. The next species is the red diamond rattlesnake. The red diamond rattlesnake is red with a diamond pattern that runs down the back and with white rings at the bottom of its tail. And it shows here these white rings, and it's orange, but it cuts right to the black and white. These are found in the southwestern California. The next one I'm going to talk about is the Mojave rattlesnake. It's green and brown and has a diamond pattern down its back. This is not an aggressive snake, but if you do see it, they will defend themselves. They're found in Southern California, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. The next one is the tiger rattlesnake. They're larger rattlesnakes with a smaller head. This whole body can be really massive, and then their head is really small, but that doesn't mean that they don't have a really strong bite. They're one of the most toxic venomous snakes found in southern and the central Arizona. The next one is the hoppy rattlesnake. Their color can be gray, and it can also be pink or an orangish brown with brown blotches. And they have vertical pupils, and they're found in Arizona. The next one is the western Massagoa. Light gray or tan in color with dark brown blotches. They have high-pitched rattles giving them the name buzztail. They're found in Nebraska, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. They're one of the most potent rattlesnakes, so you need to watch out. The next one is the desert Massagoa buzztail. They are white and light gray with brown blotches. They are nocturnal, so you won't really see them out in the day, but you will see them at night if you're out for that type of thing. And they have really high-pitched rattles too, and they also have the paler color and they're smaller than the western Massagoa. They're found in Arizona, New Mexico, and southern Texas. The next one is the dusky pygmy rattlesnake. These ones are thick with a triangular head and have thin tail, with a small rattle, but is underside in their on the underside, is white. They're found in South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, southern Alabama, and in the Mississippi. The next snake is the Carolina pygmy rattlesnake. They have a reddish-brown stripe down its back with dark oral spots. These are found in southern and eastern North Carolina, Florida, Texas, and also even Oklahoma. They don't produce much venom, but they still can give you a really bad day. The next rattlesnake is the western pygmy rattlesnake. They're gray with a reddish stripe down its back and with irregular blotches. It looks a lot like the other pygmy rattlesnake, but the blotches are a lot different and they change all over the place. These are found in the Mississippi, Louisiana, eastern Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, and even Tennessee.